It's a unique one this year. He is he's kind of tumbling, not of his own volition in many respects, towards the abyss in some way, shape or form. And I think he's on a rather cataclysmic journey of self-annihilation and self-discovery. And he commits some rather, Daemon-esque acts, shall we say, that start the ball rolling and make things very difficult for everyone concerned.
In terms of your character as an individual, not so much as like the power couple, but as an individual.
Daemon is on his own path a bit this season, and whilst he's very interested in power, I definitely think he'd get himself on a dragon at some point. I think he'd probably, he might even get one back in the TARDIS. I don't know. I think the Doctor might whip them all into shape, to be honest. I'd quite like to see the Doctor sort Daemon Targaryen out. Who knows? But the Doctor would come in and create his own sense of chaos, I have no doubt.
I suppose the irony in this series, right, is that the male power structure is the patriarchal structure is it's like well intact, right? So inevitably you have female characters trying to manipulate, navigate a system not built to enfranchise them.
We're off to the races. The thing that's unique about this particular period is that there are nuclear weapons.
So even within her allies, even within her sort of her colleagues, she has to constantly prove her worth, her ability. She has to be sort of live to potential insurrection. There's a hypervigilance required if you're a woman trying to hold power in this world.
When I was a kid in the Dark Ages, there were science fiction programs that were showing pictures of the future, and there were very rarely people of color in it. And so me and my friends used to joke and sort of just go, my God, that's the future and we're not there. What are they going to do to us? But the serious side of that is we weren't represented. We weren't there. So that meant that we felt excluded. For a show like this, a very big show, to say, well, no, there are all kinds of voices, all kinds of people in this world, is, well, you'd want to say revolutionary. Literally, up until today, I get messages on Instagram and stuff like that, people saying, thank you so much for being there. It's so important for us to see somebody playing in a position of power as well, as opposed to, I don't know, a slave or whatever, representing. So yeah, I think it's vital for anybody who is underrepresented.
There's a muscularity to filming this season and the show for sure. It takes a lot of stamina, and it's a marathon. It's 7 months, and we've got 3 units on, and we've got these massive set pieces and these big, battles and these huge sets, and yeah, it's strenuous for sure.
When you meet him, he's just absolutely delightful, almost like Father Christmas. So sweet, gentle little guy, and with his beard and his sailor cap, and just so you expect to meet somebody who looks like Voldemort, who's a sort of psycho, crazed maniac. How are you thinking of all these things? And he's this lovely, adorable guy. He's like your grandfather. You just want to go and have a cup of tea with him.
People love to tell me as soon as I was being cast as Helena, all of my Game of Thrones nerds that I know, all like, you know what happens to you? And I'm like, yes, I do know. I'm really scared about it. I'm going to have to act it. But yeah, so I guess I'm shocked by the specificity with which it's written and the simplicity in it. That's what shocked me the most, because it was, there's a lot of freedom there for an actor, but also it's really scary. You feel really exposed.
I think sort of anything goes. I mean, but we don't do anything lightly. There's nothing that we do gratuitously. All 4 of those childbirths, there was a narrative story reason for them to be filmed on screen the way they were, and I think that's how we kind of approach everything, the violence in the show particularly.